neighborhood is safe because I live on a mountain away from a lot of people. And I think that home burglary is very scary and something that affects a lot of people in America. So, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, good evening, teacher. Good evening, everyone. My name is Her. I'm 29 years old, and I'm living in Hải province. Nice to meet you all. And for the question, uh, now I'm living in the countryside, so I think our neighborhood is safe. But uh, almost of most of them are farmers or workers, so they friendly and very kind. So I don't think they are not good people. And for home burglary, I think that problem is serious in some area or uh, or in somewhere, but most often happen in our area and our commute. Yes.
Excellent, so much so. And Han, can you please introduce yourself?
Uh, Good evening, teacher and everyone. My name is Hằng. I'm living and working in Hanoi, Vietnam. I think that my neighborhood is are safe because they have been my neighborhood for a long time and nothing happened. Even when even sometime I haven't my not my door, but it's totally safe. And I think home worries is a very big issue, a very popular issue nowadays, especially in the big city in Vietnam, such as Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. Home burglaries. Now, we may, if we have to face with this problem, we may lose our property, and we feel scared because our home can be break in, and if we defend home burglaries in, so maybe we may get accident or dangerous, and feeling of living in an unsafe place. That's my idea.
Excellent, thank you, Han. Wonderful. And can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, good evening, teacher, and everyone. My name is Mang. I'm 24 years old. Living and working in Hanoi. Nice to meet you all. And I think my neighborhood is not very safe because sometimes um robbery and sometimes there are robbery and burglary. Uh, and but anyway, I think in my neighborhood there are fewer burglaries and robberies than other neighborhoods. And I think home burglary is very dangerous because it affects negatively the life of thousands of people. And moreover, nowadays, thieves not only steal properties but also kill people. So it is a very serious social problem.
I agree. Thank you, and wonderful introduction. Hien, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Good evening, everybody. My name is Hiền. I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City and work for the ICT company. I am 38 years old. I usually play football twice a week. For the question, I think my neighborhoods are safe. Um, because I'm living in a new apartment in um, a central district, uh, and, and my apartment have uh, um, 24 per phone per I mean on the uh, on the gas in my apartment with the camera system um,
Mm.
around the apartment as well as for each floor. So I think my uh, neighborhoods are safe. However,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Mm.
However, uh, I think uh, no place is 100% um, safe because someone can um, uh, can I think the uh, home home burglary have a lot of uh, way to in enforce our home for their purpose. So we have to pay attention for on, especially especially with the stranger.
Mm. Excellent. Great introduction. Thank you, Hyun, and good ideas expressed by you. Nita, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes.
My name is Nita. I'm 23 years old and I'm now living in the south of Vietnam, which is Saigon. And I've been working as a receptionist for California Fitness and Yoga Center in District 7. About the questions, well, I think my neighborhood is pretty safe because I'm living in an apartment building and there are lots of security guards hanging around the area. And I think home burglary can happen in every corner of the world. And it's a burning issue because, in my opinion, it may encourage all the social problems because when they get monies from selling all the people's assets and properties, they may use it to use drug because they are wealthy enough to use it, to buy it, and then sell it.
Mm. That's very interesting and very true, Nita. Thank you so much. A great introduction from you. And last but not least, can we hear from you?
Yes, hi teacher. I'm Lan. I'm 28 years old. I'm living at Bihar City. Nice to meet you, teacher. And I think most burglars that break into homes are our forecast and electronics. However, a few of them break in with intentions to hurt you or your family. But we don't know their intentions. So you should know how to safely protect yourself and your family. Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. Should know how to protect your home. Very nice ideas expressed from all of you. Thank you so much for being here. It's nice to meet you all. So we are going to watch a video and then we will discuss some tips to prevent home burglary. Okay, so try to remember one tip from the video. Okay, so I think those are some really useful tips. Let's try to name one of them each. So, Bo, can you please name one tip?
Yes, the first one is lock the windows.
Excellent. Lock your windows. Very nice. And Hang, can you name one?
Yes. Keep doors locked. Keep the door locked.
Keep your door locked.
Yeah, and don't leave your keys on view.
Okay, don't leave keys on view and keep your door locked. Nice, Hung. Just make sure you say locked instead of locked. This is more of like the T ending, locked. Ang, can you name one?
Valuable.
Lock your valuables away. Excellent. Hien, can you name one?
Letters.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Letters. It may be
Ah.
the number 10.
Yeah, lock up your ladders. Excellent. So they can't open the ladder and climb up to the window. And Nita, can you name one?
Yes, plant harsh or spiky plants is the fence.
I like this one too. Plant harsh or spiky plants for defense, because like climbing over the wall into a plant, that is really spiky, not fun. And Lan, can you name one?
Yes. Have a yard dog.
Yeah, have a good door and good lock system, right? So have a very good, a well-made door, so it's not something that's very easy to break open. Excellent. So that's a fun video, very easy to go through those. Let's do the vocabulary now. So please listen and repeat. Reinforce, protective, deadbolt, valuables, intruder. Okay, and I'll repeat those one more time. Reinforce, protective, deadbolt, valuables, intruder. All right, and I will ask to please choose one and then define that word. So let's start with Nita.
I chose the first one, reinforce. Reinforce means when you strengthen or support something to become stronger.
Yeah, excellent. And can you make a sentence?
Yes, using more locks will reinforce your house safe.
Using more locks will reinforce your house safety. I would say safety instead of safe at the end of that, but that's good, Nita. Thank you. Hien, can you choose a word to define?
Ball. At ball. Uh, which if it is moving, it will cause the lock or open the door.
Excellent. And can you make a sentence?
When you lock the door, please ensure that the deadbolt is a right position.
Hmm. Very nice. When you lock the door, please make sure the deadbolt is the right position. Perfect. Thank you, Hyun. And Ayn, can you choose a word?
I choose valuables. Valuables are things of great deal of money.
Yeah, things that are worth a value. It can be jewelry, it can be electronics, it can be photographs, just something valuable to you. And for a sentence, can you make one?
It is safer. It is safer keeping your valuables in a safe. In a safe.
Hmm. Can you repeat one more time?
Yes. It is safer keeping your valuables in a safe.
Yes, it is safer to keep your valuables in a safe. Perfect. Thank you, Ayn. And Han, can you please choose one?
I choose intruder.
Mhm.
It means that someone who is in a place without permission in order to commit a crime.
Wow, that's an excellent definition. Yes, and a sentence?
Yeah. Um, there are evidence that the house has entered by intruder last
Yeah.
night.
There is evidence that the house was entered by an intruder last night. Wonderful sentence, Han. Thank you. And Tho, can you please define protective?
Yes. Protective it mean capable or intended to protect someone or something.
Yes, very nice. So to be very careful that something is not harmed or changed, right? So very protective of something. You want to protect that. And can you make a sentence?
Yes. Um, the home should be protective, well, to avoid intruder come enter the home.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
I'm not sure
So
exactly.
Mhm. So I think that this sentence needs the word protected instead of protective. Protected is your home should be protected well. So it's the action of protecting, but protective is an adjective. So you can change it. You should be protective of your home to avoid and then the intruder that could enter. So you should be protective is like a suggestion of how you should act, how you should feel, an adjective, right? So I think that's the difference between protected is the action and protective is the feeling or the adjective, the description. Okay?
Thank you, teacher. Anyway,
Yes. So, yes?
no, it's okay now.
Okay, perfect. All right, wonderful job with the vocabulary. And now let's move on to the phrase and idiom. So our phrase is break in, okay? And this is to enter a building by force. So a burglar will break in a home, enter the building by force. He's not accepted into the home or asked into the home. He breaks in. And the idiom is in the safe hands of somebody. Okay, so being taken care of well by somebody. So the baby is literally in the safe hands of the mother, but you can have your uh, computer in safe hands. You can have your pet, your dog or cat in safe hands. You can have your car. Any object can be in the safe hands of somebody. The example says you should leave your house in the safe hands of your closest friend when you are on vacation. Okay, and so please choose either the phrase or the idiom and make a sentence, and we'll start with Nita.
I'll choose the first one. He tried to break in the house last night and he was arrested.
Okay, he tried to break into the house last night and he was arrested. Perfect. Yen?
Every day, I and my wife living for work, living for work. So so my house in the safe hand of the guard of the apartment.
Excellent. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Just one thing, Hien, that I'll change is you said every day I and my wife. So every day my wife and I. So whoever you're talking about with you goes first, and then I go second. So every day my wife and I leave for work. So my house is in the safe hands of the guard of the apartment. Perfect. Thank you, Hien. And can you please make a sentence?
Yeah. This afternoon there was a group of intruders which broke in a bank.
This afternoon there was a group of intruders who broke in again. Yeah, good job changing break into broke, the past tense, with this afternoon. You're describing in the past. Great, perfect. And Han, can you please make a sentence?
My children was in the safe hands of my parents in this summer vacation.
My children were in the safe hands of my parents this vacation. Perfect. That's very good. Very well done. And Phil, can you please make the last sentence?
Yes. My baby is 4 months old only, so she always in my safe hand.
Excellent.
Actually,
My baby is. Yes.
Okay, I have a question. In my safe hand, is okay or it's correct with the idiom? In the safe hand of my, I think in my safe hand is okay, right?
Yeah, I think in my safe hands. That's really the best way to say. You wouldn't say in the safe hands of my. It doesn't make sense. So in my safe hands. Yeah. My baby is 4 months old. She was always in my safe hands. Yes. And that is a very literal use of this idiom. So she's literally in your hands and they are safe for her. But yes, that's a good question. And you answered it yourself. So wonderful. Okay. Very nice use of break in and in the safe hands of somebody. The in the safe hands is used very often, I would say, in English language. Okay, now let's move on to the grammar, the structure, and then we'll have a conversation. Okay, so it is recommended that someone should do something. Okay, that someone is either I, you, he, she, we, they, okay? And we are going to use this to talk about how to prevent burglary using structure. So that's our topic, and let's try to stay on topic when we're making sentences using this structure. the example down here, it is recommended that you should install solid wood doors to prevent home burglary. Okay, so we have the subject is you, and install is the verb, and then the object is prevent home burglary is the object, right? So yeah, we have some suggestions you can use, but let's just go through and each make one sentence with this structure. It is recommended that. Let's start with Anh.
Yeah, it is recommended that you play. Sorry, it is recommended that you should install double key deadbolt.
Excellent. It is recommended that you should install double key deadbolts. Wonderful. Thank you, Anh. And Hyun, can you please make a sentence?
Yes. It is recommended that you should install the camera system to control the baby sitter as well as your house. Camera system now is not expensive.
Nowadays is not expensive. Perfect. Nice. And a good suggestion as well. It is recommended that you should install a camera system to control the babysitter as well as your house, and a camera system nowadays is not expensive. Okay, that's a good time to use nowadays in the sentence. Okay, Han, can you please make a sentence for us?
It is recommended that you should lock your doors and windows to prevent home burglary.
Perfect. Excellent. And Nita, can you please make a sentence?
Yes. It is recommended that you should leave lights on when you go out to pretend that you are still in the house.
Yes. I'm going to say as if you were still in the house. Okay. So I use as if you were still in the house because this is like a future conditional structure. So it's recommended that in the future you do something, but you might not do it, and you're not doing it now. So I think this is a good time to use the word were, and to finish the sentence as if you were still in the house is very clear expression of that idea. So just change that a little bit, Nita. And Tho, can you please make a sentence for us, the last sentence?
Yep. Okay, my sentence is it recommended that you should have a watchdog to rely stranger
Yes.
to the home.
Excellent. You should have a guard dog, I said, to alert you of strangers near your home. Yeah, so the guard dog would alert you with its barking. So that's a proper way to describe its action, I would say. Excellent. Very nice. Good work from everyone. This structure is very useful for many different topics. You can say it is recommended that you drink 8 glasses of water a day. It is recommended that he should exercise regularly. It is recommended that it's just something that you can use when you're describing something that is helpful to do in a certain situation. So it is very useful. All right, and let's have a conversation now. So this is very interesting and frightening for me because I live in America. So, okay. In fact, nearly 66% of all burglaries are residential break-ins. The United States leads the world in occurrence of home burglaries. In the U.S., 2 million home burglaries are reported each year, and a home burglary occurs every 13 seconds. I read this in the previous class and was so upset because it is very frightening. And actually, my cousin was telling me of a home burglary that happened to her. So it can happen to anyone, especially in this country, apparently. Every 13 seconds. That's so often. It's very frightening, but I still feel safe in my neighborhood, which I'm thankful for. Okay, so in pair work, it's seen that home burglary is the burning issue in society nowadays. So please discuss how to prevent home burglary with your partner. All right, and let's have Nita and so you two can start the conversation.
Hello, Miss Kang.
Yes, good evening, Nita. Nice to discuss with you today.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Well, home burglary is a burning issue in our society nowadays. So, can you recommend me some ways that I can prevent home burglary?
Yes. Actually, in our area and in our community, that is not a burning issue because in our area everything is very quiet. However, I will suggest you some of my opinion to prevent home burglary. For example, you only use lock the door and window carefully to prevent home burglary. Can join the home, and it recommended that you should leave lights on when you go out to uh, to avoid home burglary can or intended. Know that you already left the home, and another one, I think you should have a dog to alert you for a sender appearance. Yes, and you should have good quality of lock or install a camera system if you have enough money control to control all of the house. Yes, that is some of my advice for you. And what about you? Do you agree with me?
Yes, I do agree with you. You have very great ideas. Okay, I just want to add some more advice so that we can keep our house safer. First, I think we should keep our keys away away on view. It means that you shouldn't let your keys some places that it's just too easy for everyone else to see and to take it. And so I think you should use cody locks only. It's maybe a little bit expensive, but it really is worth for it. And maybe if you can afford it, you can buy some burglary alarm. Then it's gonna make the burglar think twice if they want to break in your house. And you said that we should leave the lights on when we're leaving the house. I think it's a good idea. And besides it, I think we should also turn the TV on when we're sleeping if you are staying home alone. to pretend as if we were at home.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
It's correct. It's correct. Okay, thank you for your opinion.
Thank
And
you very
I
much.
will do according your advice when I stay at home alone.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed listening to your conversation, your suggestions for each other, and I can tell that you learned a lot during this class of how to discuss this topic in particular. Everyone's vocabulary is very good already, but to learn even more words is always useful. Now can I please have Hien and Hang, can you two discuss, and then Ang will get your ideas on this topic after.
Hello, Han.
Hi, Ian. Yes, yeah, it is a thing that home burglary is a burning issue in our society nowadays. Can you give me some advice to prevent home burglaries?
Okay. First of all, I want. Can you let me know what kind of house you are living?
Now I live in living in apartment.
Apartment.
Yeah.
Is a superior apartment or the on apartment?
Apartment on the building.
Building. I just mentioned about the new one or the on one.
The old building.
For building. So have your building got the bodyguard?
Yes, yes, it happens sometimes.
Yes. And how about the camera system?
They have camera. The building management team has camera system, but I think it wouldn't work well.
Yes. So in general, I think that your apartment is safe. However, for each for spe- um, for your apartment, you should pay attention on the on the clock on the clock um, because uh, sometime sometime the um, the the home burglary can break in your house uh, by uh, by their lock by their key. Sorry, by their key. And the second one, uh, the second one, uh, how have you got any camera inside your house?
No, I haven't had.
Uh, uh, okay. Maybe you
Yeah,
you
it's
you usually have a business trip for a long time.
it's about twice per year, but once
Not
per week
much.
I visited my home at other city.
Okay, not much.
But I think you give me some good advices, and I have some additional, like I think I recommended that we should in order to reduce risk. If it happened, we can buy insurance, because insurance is very popular in the world. But in Vietnam, maybe in Vietnam we should, if we have so much valuable things in our house, we can consider to buy insurance to reduce risk, and make good relationship with the neighborhood is the good way, because they can keep their eyes in the house. If you are in the vacations, you can ask them to have and install city TV is good as a good advice. And I think that if you are planning on buying a new house, it is recommended that you should consider apartment in a building, and or a street house or villas in the project would have professional management and 24-hour security.
Yes. Overall, I agree with you. However, in real in reality,
Mhm.
for neighborhood in apartment, most of people still stay in their house. They 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 are not often go around like in the street, in the street apartment. Most of people stay in their house. In their house, they cannot. They
Excellent job, you guys. I'm going to have to stop you there so we can hear from Ang and then have my assessments. But that was really nice, and you both went back and forth discussing the different ways, getting advice from each other. Kian, that was an excellent job asking questions for Han to answer, because in a conversation, that's one of the most important things you can do is ask questions to keep the conversation flowing. Okay, and now let's hear from Ang. So we can hear from you about what you would suggest myself or any other person living in the United States facing all of these home burglaries. What can we do to make our homes safer? What can we do to prevent home burglaries from happening in our
Case of burglary. For example, the first thing that is recommended that we should use a good lock door and door of great high quality. And moreover, we can use a security camera or a lamp at home. And it's also a good idea to have a guard dog in our house. And I would like to suggest that we should keep our valuables in a safe, or it is better in the bank. Moreover, we can. I learned from the video that we had at the beginning of the that we when you go out, you can turn on TV, or and instead you can use a phone TV to receive the tip that there is someone at home now at the moment. And we shouldn't leave our keys everywhere. Keep it with you and don't make many copies